Hey guys, it's Kim Angel Dream Crafts, and I am back with something fun. I thought I would share with you guys what my top 10 favorite things that I crafted with during 2017 are. And I thought, some of these things would be good for you guys to know, because a lot of these things I get asked about. So this way I have them in one video and you guys can just reference that video. And I'm going to have all the links to these products in the description box below. So all you have to do is go and click on those and you can find these things. First of all, the number one thing I wanted to share with you, which, these are all my favorite things. So these are not in any particular order, but this was the first thing I grabbed. And these are fabric sheets. They come in silk and they come in just regular fabric. And the brand that I use is called Jacquard. And each of these you get 10, the silk you get 10 and the regular fabric you get 10. Now you can do your own thing and put some fabric on a piece of paper and run it through your printer. There is also an iron-on one that you can use, but I don't use the iron-on one because why? It's just an extra step I don't need. These go right in your printer and they just print. You don't have to print them first and then get your iron out and iron them on to a piece of fabric. You don't have to do that. This is super easy, and I just would recommend this way of printing to anybody who is asked. This is the brand I recommend. And the one thing about the silk, I will say, I love the silk. It's super nice. But the problem with this is when you print on this and then you go to peel it, I find that you have to be super careful with the silk sheets. It has a beautiful sheen to it, and I love that for certain projects, like say fairy projects. This is a really nice way to print your images on. But when you go to pull the paper backing off, because it is just silk and then a paper on the back, when you go to pull the backing off, I find that the silk shifts because it's a very thin, pliable material. So you have to be super careful when you're peeling this off. So I only use the silk for like certain projects. It's not, recommended for like everyday sort of usage, I guess. I would recommend this one, which is the Cotton by Jacquard. This, again, you get 10 sheets inside. Super easy. The cotton doesn't move. You can peel it off and it sticks down. Your image won't shift. The thing with the silk, too, is that the fibers come away. It frays. So you have to be very, very careful. You can't use a lot of glue with the silk either, because if you put a lot of hot glue on it, it just comes right through and you see this really bad glue line through the silk. You don't get that with the cotton. So I would say this would be, out of the two, my top choice. And I get mine on Amazon, but I know some of my American friends have told me that you can get this at Joann's as well. But if you're Canadian like me, Amazon is the way to go, and I'm going to put the link to where I get it on Amazon in the description box for you guys. So that's that one. So the next item I wanted to talk to you about, of course, is lace. Who doesn't love lace? Now, I know I designed for Craft Supplies for You, and they have the best lace out there, in my opinion. But I also go to places like thrift stores. I look on eBay, stuff like that. I like vintage stuff too. And there's a lot of people out there who sell lace and things like that. But for me, I find for value, Craft Supplies for You is it. Otherwise, I would not be designing for them, because I don't believe in jacking prices up on things for people. I can't afford it, and I know most of my friends cannot afford it either. So I know that Julie is giving good value for my money, and I'm getting the best quality stuff that is out there. And it's at the best price that I've ever seen. So again, the link to Craft Supplies for You will be down below. Now she also has many other things to craft within her store as well. So when you go over there, don't just look at the lace, look at all the other stuff as well. So that's the lace. The next thing I want to talk about is paint. This is the Prima Art Alchemy paint, and I started using that this year at the beginning of the year, and I absolutely love this paint. It is my all-time favorite paint. It's just regular paint. It comes in jars, but some of them are two-toned. Like this one is called Opal Magic Aqua Rose. So if you take this paint and you paint it on a white surface, you will get the rose color. If you paint it on a black surface, you will get an aqua color. This stuff is like magic. It's absolutely amazing. I love it, love it, love it. And you can see it's two-tone. Now, I know this year too, Finnabar came out with some more colors, and they are definitely on my list to get, but these are just a few of the colors. This is violet green, so you get the two-tone sheen on that one, and then these are just the regular ones. This one's just pink. It's called Vintage Rose. This one's called Pink Blush. So they're just regular paints, water-based paints, but they have a metallic sheen to them, which I love. This one is called Blackberry, and it's got like a purpley plum undertone to it. And so, but this would be some of the favorite paints of mine of this year, definitely, for sure. So if you're looking for something fun and different to paint with, I would recommend the Art Alchemy paint by Finnabar. And definitely check out, there's like tons of different colors, so I only have 5 here, but I have more, and there is lots and lots of colors to check out. Okay, so another thing that was a favorite of mine this year to craft with is these little doodad flowers. And thank you, Maggie White, for getting me hooked on these, because these are the ones that I have got in my little stash here. I've gotten most of these on eBay, and these ones here, if you just search on eBay for rhinestone clay flower, free shipping. Always put in the free shipping, because these all come from China. Let's face it, they do. So then I found these blue ones. I also found these pink ones with the rhinestone in them. I also found these white ones as well. And they just add a really cute finishing touch. And then these ones, and actually, yeah, that's the other thing about these. These are for nail art. So if you type in, I guess, clay flower nail art or something on eBay, these will come up. These are a smaller white one. And then, of course, I have these. These are just the regular clay flowers like you've seen me use on my channel here, that my friend Maggie White got me hooked on. So they come in all different colors. I have them in yellow, I have them in blue, I have them in lavender, pink, brown, red, you know, you name it. There's 2 different colors of blue there. So you name it, they have the color. So this is another one of my favorite things that I have crafted with this year. So let me put this aside right now, and I will get to the next one. The next one, let's see, what do I have here? Yes. Fabric and muslin. Also another one of my favorite things to craft with this year. I get my muslin and my fabric from a place online called fabric.com, and again, the link to that store will be in the description box. I find that their shipping is super, super fast, and if you get a good sale on the muslin, I also get my felt from there too, because they sell it by the yard, which for somebody like me who makes a lot of books and does a lot of sewing, you want you know, to get a lot for your money. instead of just like little fabric sheets that you would find in the dollar store. It's just not cost effective. I'd rather buy it by the yard. And fabric.com has felt by the yard. They have a bunch of different types of muslin. This is one of my favorites. This is like a heavier muslin in a cream color, but this is unbleached muslin. You can also get the bleached muslin there, but I just happen to like this color. So that's why I get this one. I also get all of my satin from there. And they have shabby chic fabric. Isn't that pretty? Love that. They have this beautiful satin in the burgundy color. They have it in gold. They have it in champagne. They have every kind of fabric you could think of. They have velvet. You know, they have everything. They have pattern fabric. Anything you can think of, they have at fabric.com. So that's where I get my fabric from, and I of course make flowers with the fabric. This is a new flower that I've been creating, so I will come back and show you later. Little sneak peek there. But that's where I get my fabric from, is from fabric.com, and it's just that they have sales very often, so if you shop the sales, it's economical. The other place I look for fabric, of course, is the thrift store, because you can find some really great stuff at local thrift stores. Clothing you can take apart, things like that. So there's that. And then what else do we have here? Oh yeah, glue. I want to talk about glue for a minute, and my favorite glues, because we're nothing, you know, if we don't have glue. Our crafts would be nothing without glue, because that's what holds it together. So of course I have a Surebonder glue gun that my friend Amy, hi Amy, gave me last Christmas, and I've been using that. And I use the Surebonder glue sticks. Again, I get these on Amazon. The link will be below for that. And they come in 100 packs, so it's good value for money. And I keep my sticks in these tins that I altered. They're just tins from, you know, canned goods. And I altered the tin, and I keep them in here, and they're the perfect size, and I can just pull them out. They look pretty on my desk. So yeah, if you're interested in a tutorial for these, leave me a message in the description box. I'm happy to do a tutorial on how to make one of these. Super easy to do though. But yeah, it's a good recycling project to keep your glue sticks in. This is my other favorite glue, which is Fabri-Tac by Beacon. And again, I get that on Amazon, and I'll have a link for that as well. And this can be a little pricey, but really it's just the best glue for fabric, because I use so much fabric, because I'm a sewer, and I do shabby chic things and vintage things with fabric or whatever. This is the best fabric glue I've found, so that is what I use there. Now of course you can get other glues. Oh, let me find another glue here that I've got. I love this glue. This is Aleene's Tacky Glue. Also another good one. You can also get that on Amazon, but I'm sure you can find it at Michael's or Joann's if you have one near you. What else is there? Oh yeah, this one. This is the best glue ever, by Scrap Perfect. I used to design for Scrap Perfect, and I love this glue for paper crafting. It's my favorite paper crafting glue. You use very, very little of it. So this tiny bottle lasts a really long time, and they also sell the tips for the glue at Scrap Perfect, so you can put that on your glue and you use even less. So that's cool. So those are my favorite glues, I guess. Yes, and the Beacon 3-in-1 for heavier duty projects as well, which is the same people who make the Fabri-Tac. So those are my glues that I use. So there's that. Let me just put these back. And what else? Oh yes, charms. Craft Supplies for You has tons and tons and tons of great charms, but they don't have every single charm. Now if I am doing a specific project, I look on eBay to try and find a specific charm if Julie can't get it in stock or whatever. Last year, well, I guess it'll be last year when I have this video up, but in 2017 I did some Outlander inspired projects, and I'm sure everybody knows what Outlander is, my favorite show. And I needed some charms that said Scotland, so I went on eBay and found them, and I'm going to have the link to this lady's eBay store. She has really nice cameos as well. I'm not sure I have them in here, but oh yes, I do have some. She also has these really cool cameos that I've used this year as well, which is the Claudia. And she has like the backing for it as well in a patina. She has a really good selection. I believe her name is Nicole de Bruin. I think it's called Nicole de Bruin Charms. So I'm going to have a link to that below. I also got the Thistle and the Fleur de Lis charm from her as well that I keep in here. There's a Fleur de Lis that I got from her, and the Thistle, and all of these little thistles inside here, which is the symbol of Scotland. So those. But again, Craft Supplies for You has great charms as well. So they also have beads. These little spoon charms are from KS for You. So I love these. They're so cute. Look at that. Great for a little project that involves like tea, or you know what, you could even use these for like a mini, like if you made a matchbox dresser, you could use these as the drawer pulls. So super cute. Bead caps. These are from KS for You. Little acrylic bead caps. Love those. They're small. You can do lots with those. You can make stick pins with them. What else? What else? These crowns I got on eBay. Julie and I are trying to find a supplier for these, so I'm hoping that in the new year she'll get these in stock. But they come in silver and they come in bronze. They're super cute. Love those. So there's that. What else? All kinds of goodies. These little crowns I've used. I got these on eBay as well. These are like a dimensional crown. So they're cute. Love those. Yeah. So that is the charms. And what else do we have? Oh yeah, bling. Bling, bling, bling. Let's show some bling here. Let me just take these out here. Okay. So these are the bling, and I get my bling from Craft Supplies for You. And Julie has a fantastic selection of bling. So she has these really cool square bling, which I love. These are probably my favorite flower centers to use, are these square bling, because they have a really nice faceted pearl in the middle and then the rhinestone around the outside. And then there's the round ones. You guys have all seen these, I'm sure, the round ones with the rhinestones in them. Also my other favorite. What else? Flat backs. Julie has these in her store as well. In cream and in white. Just flat back pearls. What else do I have in here? Oh yes, these crowns. These are probably my most favorite in the bling area, is these crowns. And Julie has those in stock as well. So I will have the links for the crowns down below in the description box, because I love these. They work for so many different things. So that is the bling. Let's see what else. What else did I like using this year? Oh yeah, my water brushes. Let me find those. They're up here, I think, somewhere. Yep, there's one. reaching. These are from Prima, and they're water brushes. And I love these because you can do so many things with these little brushes. You can take your sprays and fill them up in here. This one has a bit of water in it still. You take this black plug out here and you can fill it up with water. This one has water, as I said. Or you can take your sprays and put some of your sprays in here. And when you squeeze the pen, or the brush, when you squeeze it, water comes out. But if you've used it for your sprays, then your sprays will come out. And this gives you control when you're doing mixed media over your project if you filled it with your sprays. The only thing I would recommend, you can see I've got some water on my hand now because I've been squeezing that out. There we go. Make sure you clean it really, really well if you've used this for your sprays, because it may stain the tip of your brush, but if it's clean, it'll be all right. Now, I got these from Blitsy quite a while ago, and they do come in a set of 3. Like I said, they're from Prima, and I'll put the link to Blitsy down below, but I don't know if they have them in stock or not. You'd have to go and check, but if you just Google Prima water brushes, I'm sure you'll be able to find these somewhere online. I love these because they're good for watercolor. If you have like the mixed media crayons that are water-based, you can use those. You know, anything like that would work with this type of a brush. I've used the Prima paints with these, and it waters them down, and you can move the paint around a bit more. It gives you more control when you're creating mixed media. So this is definitely one of my favorite things that I have discovered this year, is these water brush pens. I love them. So that, and the only other thing that I would recommend are 2 staples that we need to have in our life. One is really good scissors, and here's some scissors I have. Of course, the Tim Holtz scissors, these have been through a battle, as you can see, but they're very good scissors to have, and I also have the smaller ones too, but they're in the other room. They're good for cutting some metal, not heavy metal, but like, you know, very thin wire and things like that. These will cut without a problem. So that's why I keep the Tim Holtz scissors here. These scissors here, I live in Canada, and we have a dollar store here called Dollarama, and that is where I get my scissors from. These cost $2 at Dollarama, and there's really no name for them. They don't have a name. They're just scissors. So if you live in Canada and you have a Dollarama near you, check out the sewing section and you will find these scissors. And I absolutely love these scissors, and I have sent these scissors to all of my American friends, and they all said the same thing. These are the most amazing scissors they've ever had. The reason is they're stainless steel, and they also sit very comfortably in your hand, and when you're cutting fabric, you can just slide it right along, and it cuts beautifully. They're really nice scissors, and you can sharpen these with a metal file, but I have never had to sharpen mine. I keep 1 pair for fabric and 1 pair for paper. Never use the same pair of scissors for paper and fabric, because the paper will dull your fabric scissors, and when you go to cut your fabric, it'll just hack at your fabric, and you don't want that. You want it to cut nicely. So the pink one is for paper for me, and the blue one is for fabric. So that is what I do there. And the other, last but not least, thing that I would recommend is to get yourself some really good brushes. Brushes are something we use, and if you're a mixed media person, you will want lots of different types of brushes. And please take care of your brushes. Don't leave them in water. Clean them out. And the brush cleaner that I recommend is this stuff. It's called the Masters Brush Cleaner and Preserver. I got this on Blitsy ages ago, and it's nearly empty, so I'm going to have to get another one. But it just has like this little cake in it, and you just kind of rub your brush over it, and then rub it under the warm water, just gently. Never, you know, scrub it or, you know, press down hard on it or anything, and your brushes will last forever then. You don't have to buy new ones. If you buy a decent quality brush, then, you know, you can have it forever. Now, Prima does make good brushes, and I do have some, but I believe they're in the other room at the moment. I don't see any here. Oh, wait, maybe I do. Maybe I do. Let's see here. Come here, brush. Yes, this one. I've had this for about 3 years now. It's not in the greatest of shape, so do as I say, not as I do. with your brushes. This one, it's still pretty good, but I use this as my gesso brush now. So I have one brush for gesso and one brush only for gesso. I don't use different brushes for that, and I also have one brush for Mod Podge or you know, glue. I don't use my actual paint brushes for glue or gesso. So that's another tip. You can just use one brush for those types of things, and then keep your other brushes for just paint. And you'll find that they last a really long time. So that is, I think, 10. Or close enough to 10 of my top favorite things of 2017 that I crafted with. So I hope that you will check out the links below and that you enjoyed this and you found it a bit informative. And of course, if you have any questions, just ask. I'm here. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.